I've got a Ducati feeling going on.
Yeah.
That is a good one. I've got a Spanish feeling on. There's some Spanish riders out there. I know the odds are in my favour by saying that.
Oh, thanks for that bet, Neil.
Shock horror, but I'm feeling an upset. Yeah. So you've got your Bautistas, Hector Barberas,
Aleix Espargaro. There's a few Rostrum or Straw Bales bets there, aren't there?
Yes. Look at the tyre differential that's got to be run, though. The hard front tyres on Marquez and Pedrosa, the mediums on Bautista. We've seen the softs before. Barbera's gone for the softs on the front as well. Viñales is scraped in. Medium for him.
Folger's still making his mind up. I mean, just having a quick drink of water after coming through from Q1.
Well, again, he had 2 runs at it. We were discussing this. If Zarco had thrown 2 tyres at it, maybe he'd have gone through, and that would have meant that he was at least on row 4, even if he didn't run another lap.
Viñales, mediums, front and rear.
I just said that.
I didn't hear you.
I've said nothing.
I was waiting for it to come up on the caption.
Wonder what Lorenzo's got. Wonder what Lorenzo's got.
Is that him? No, that's
we haven't mentioned Lorenzo.
No, we haven't. And
fast at the test, fastest weekend.
Yes.
Got into Q2 without too much stress.
Don't you just love Bautista?
Bautista crashed just on that corner about 25 minutes ago.
Massively.
Luckily that it didn't grip. If it had, he would not be out on the bike now.
Yeah, he'd have still been climbing off that grandstand. So green flags all round. Dani Pedrosa, bit of a mistake from him in free practice 4 that we weren't expecting. Hopefully he won't be making another one of them. Top 4 rows of the grid. This is what it's all about. Qualifying 2. Who is going to be on pole? What's your guess at home at BT Sport MotoGP? I'll tell you what, I wouldn't put it past Bautista. He looks so confident, so comfortable on that motorbike at the moment.
He has had a pole position, at least one, in Moto Grand Prix.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking of late, Jules. I mean, he looked good in Mugello. He's looking good, particularly here. He's slung it at the scenery a few times.
So who's your money on then? Are you going to
Yeah, I'm going to go for Bautista. There
Jules?
you go.
Pedrosa.
I'm going to go for Marquez.
Well, you've got to say the Hondas are the favourites, aren't they?
It's not, that's the...
Are we having €5, boys?
Are we having what?
Are we having €5?
No, we're not. We're very silly.
It's one of them weekends you don't want to bet. It's hard to call.
It's who doesn't throw it up the road.
Yeah, it does feel a bit that way.
Yeah. I was looking at Aleix when I said that.
Scott Redding then was in all sorts of shapes. It's such a difficult corner. Very tight hairpin, this turn 10.
Scott Redding, the only Brit up in the qualifying 2 again.
Why didn't I mention Dovizioso for pole, having had a Ducati feeling coming
yeah, because I think the old ones are working well. Here we go then, Alvaro Bautista. What's he got on his opening quick lap? 45.4, that ain't good enough.
No,
that's nowhere near good enough. Sorry, Alvaro. Let's have a look what the 2 Repsol Honda boys have got coming. Oh, that sounds sweet, doesn't it? Pedrosa over the line, 44.4. Yeah, that's a proper lap. Viñales goes second. Iannone puts in a reasonable time as well, in 4th place at the moment. So Viñales opens the gambit with 10 and 3/4 minutes to go of this final qualifying session for MotoGP. Lorenzo, nobody putting money on Lorenzo. Dovi goes second now. Marquez only 3rd. 45.0.
First bet on Twitter for me and Clark. He's saying Petrucci. Not the daftest idea I've heard either.
Let's see what this man's got going. Something very fast by the look of that. Has he got the final sector sorted as Aleix comes out of the seat and out of the last corner onto the front straight? 5th for him, but it's the man Lorenzo that chases him. Oh, again!
Marquez.
It's Marquez down again. Marquez fast his first sector and then dumps it. So
sector
Marquez
2
has gone down at what, 5 again?
Yeah, that would be my guess.
Oh no, it
looks further round.
Yeah, it's further round. It looks at the end of 3, is it?
Yeah.
There we go.
This is turn 2, isn't it?
That's 2.
And this is
3.
Oh, it is as well. Tell you what, that's the kind of one he saved in the past. Not that time.
That's his 3rd crash of the day, isn't it, boys?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, at least. That's it. It has been like that. I feel like all I've seen is him push it and start it all day long.
Well, we keep talking about pushing that reset button on the top of his hat.
That's a different crash, though, isn't it?
That is a different crash. Yeah, we've not seen him on the
Well, it rippled. You watch the ripples as it...
There we go.
Yeah,
you call that so well. He hit them bumps.
He hit the bumps and it just took him out.
Yep.
Tell you what, he don't let go,
He does not let go.
If you get to see the right arm of his leathers, he was trying to get that up.
Oh, this is
off
a disaster.
The shoulder and elbow.
This is a disaster. Second row at the moment for Marquez. If he can't get that back round, Redding goes onto the second row.
Pushing it the wrong way around the track, guys, in the wrong direction.
That will get you
not go down well.
A big fine.
Look at this from Aleix.
No surprise this, he has had a pole position here.
Medium and a soft. He makes that work on soft tyres. Looks like he's got it going, but you're right, pushing against the grain is something race direction take very seriously.
And effectively, Marc in his first run will do no better than 4th. That is a disaster.
Here comes Aleix, blasts out of turn 16 now onto the front straight. This is where we saw Bautista go down earlier, and that's what a proper team does, has its bike already. Slots a second bike out there. Talking about Sam Lowe's earlier, for those of you that were with us. Aleix, personal best, 4th place, front of the second row. This is all about the front 4 rows.
In front of Marquez with that move.
He'll get back though, Jules, now, and he'll be able to put one in. Do you know 8 minutes to go?
Sorry, guys, I think it just showed his bike covered up, his spare bike.
Yes.
His number 2 bike, because he crashed that in the last free practice. So he's only got one motorcycle,
There's basically a bike. That's why he went to get this one back, not jump on his scooter and go back to the pits.
Yeah, I think that's what that was showing us then.
That's the only message I can take from that bike.
I'm
not too sure whose bike it was.
It was a Honda.
The long exhaust, you can't see from the side they're shooting it at. It's the other side of the bike. Maybe it was the... I automatically took it to be that Marquez's bike had been brought out onto the apron, ready to go.
Oh, maybe I think you're right with that. Yeah, there was one bike covered over.
I thought it was Marquez's bike that was brought out onto the apron, ready to go when he gets round. But Dani is in the pit, so it could be his. Well, we'll speculate no more, shall we? And wait until
when we see the numbers, we'll know who's who,
or the long exhaust or the short exhaust. You've got Marquez, he's used the short way back to pit lane, just bounces across the curbs to come down pit lane. Dobby's in, they're all in, ready for their second go.
At the moment, we've got Honda Ducati on the front row.
Yeah, and Aprilia heading the second row.
From Honda, and finally a Yamaha in 6th.
So Lorenzo is sticking with the number 1 bike, we're told. There goes Hector Barbera out.
Folger has not gone out yet.
That was Pedrosa's bike that was on the apron.
So it is Marquez who's only got 1 bike.
Looks like it, because they're changing his wheels. They're not rolling him out a number 2 bike. So you're right, because looking at it from this side, you can't tell which one it was out there, except, of course, it was out the front of perhaps Pedrosa's camp. Assumption, as they say, is the mother of all. So you have to be very careful sometimes when you take that snap look at whose motorcycle it was. So crash damage not sorted out on Marquez's bike for the proper qualifying session. Who'd have thought?
And if you think that's Marquez, Colin Edwards has said, trying to push on that first lap with the hard front, and it's on these long corners where you need side grip, the hard front, ripples.
Wait, there it goes.
It just pushes the limit.
Massive amounts of rippling there. He looked out, he was out a little wide,
Hadn't
maybe.
it gone before he got there, though?
No, I think the on-board you could really...
On the on-board,
you literally hit those ripples and then you could see it fold.
But that picture seemed to show he was down on knee and elbow already.
What it showed is he had some ridiculous lean angles.
Hang on, it's Marc Márquez. What am I saying?
But like Colin said, with the hard front, you know, the strengths of the hard front is for to gain on braking area, but its weakness is at that point an absolute maximum lead on your first flying lap.
Marc Márquez down in pit lane looks like a boxer stalking the corner. Look, stalking in the corner of the ring, waiting to get out on his number 1 bike. They'll have to quickly check it. They can't just send him straight out. If there's something that's touched, like a sensor or anything like that, that mucks up traction control or whatever it was. You remember Pedrosa a few years back.
Jonas Folger is on a great lap. Mr. Cool, who sat in the pits doing a 1 run, is halfway round and he's a 10th off. Yeah,
and while we've been rabbiting on about Hondas, look where Jorge is.
Yeah.
Pole position, 44.2. 2/10, nearly 3/10 quicker than Pedrosa in second place. Meanwhile, this man is 2/10 off. He might just snick it from Dobby in 3rd place.
He looks very smooth now.
Well, he's only on the braking that he wasn't.
Yeah, into turn 10 he looked messy.
I wonder what this man can do. Petrucci.
Folger's best qualifying of the year so far. Folger, 8th place. I've got 2 8th places.
But he's had some great sessions, you know, where he's been 3rd in the session, 2nd in the session.
But it's not quite put it together over the weekend.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for his teammate, we'd be talking about a great rookie season so far.
Yeah, that's not worth mentioning. Third place for him, front row. Let's see Lorenzo's on a quickie again as well, Jules.
Lorenzo started under his own time, and Dani Pedrosa is on his foot.
Say, the Repsol Hondas are fast, but they look like the kind of motorbike that it just wants to jump out from underneath you at any moment. You know those bikes that you set really on the edge? They look like they are really, there isn't anything, there's not a millimetre left on the table.
It doesn't look like fun, Keith, at all.
Dani Pedrosa's
look at that
crash.
time.
Dani Pedrosa's crash, though, was self-inflicted. It was an error.
Hector's on a great lap.
Who's he being towed by?
He looked like he was on his own.
He doesn't.
No.
It's...
No.
no.
Oh, no, he's following Dani. He is actually. He's got a marker, thank you. That's true.
Pedrosa, though, this is the man to watch. Out of 16 to the line. He's surely going to put that on pole. He's not going to lose 2 tenths in that final sector, I'm sure of that. To the line then. Pedrosa goes top, 43.8. That's a proper time.
Barbera third.
Incredible. Lorenzo, it's gone away from him. 43.8 for Pedrosa. That is 3 tenths quicker than Lorenzo's last fastest time. He's over the line now, Lorenzo. Doesn't go any quicker. Tell you what, middle of the front row, though, for Lorenzo would be a special. Everybody now is going to throw everything at it. They've got all night to get over it and repair the motorbike. So the last 2.5 minutes coming up. Folger puts in another personal best and cements his place on the front of the second row. Viñales can't go as fast as Folger. Ian One just off of the second row. He's on the third row at the moment.
That's not bad for Matt Suzuki, given this year's form.
Say that again. Motor Grand Prix live tomorrow, 12:45, BT Sport 2 HD, the Motor Grand Prix race, but we'll be live all day on BT Sport. Looking round over his shoulder.
He's not happy with somebody.
No, Pedrosa having a good old look round at Scott Redding.
That's Marquez and Scott Redding.
It is, sorry.
Oh, Marquez.
Marquez is 0.3 off. Should be front row.
We're going to find out very, very soon. Folger's also on a quick and still, you know, Jules, in 4th place.
He is, and they're going to get one more lap. I know the computer said 4th place. I'm saying 3rd place.
Emilio Altamora was looking at the monitor as through comes Marquez. Can he put this together? There's Aleix Espargaro on the Aprilia, making that front skip as he's asking for the... Aleix Espargaro on the Aprilia, making that front skip as he's asking for the...
V to 6. This is the last... Marquez.
Watch this. Aleix Espargaro to the line. Gets
finished to only 10th.
Look at what? Whew. Aleix Espargaro on the Aprilia, middle of the second. What do you reckon on that then, boys?
I reckon...
Pedrosa,
well, I reckon
Lorenzo,
I was right about pole for once.
Pedrosa, Lorenzo, Petrucci.
Wow.
Ducati's looking okay. 2 of them on the front row again.
Aprilia looking okay. The big question for Aleix, unfortunately, is can he keep it together in the race?
Marquez just looking so desperate, so ragged. I mean,
that's the old Marquez.
Yes, 4 crashes on a MotoGP bike in one day.
Petrucci backing up his home rostrum, and Jonas Folger is the fastest Yamaha.
Wow.
Scott Redding, middle of the 4th row. Ian One eventually, despite the fact he was looking pretty good on that Suzuki, slipping to 12th place. Rumours of him going across to Sam's place in Aprilia, just to add to the rumours that you were putting out a little earlier.
That's it. Let's put 2 absolute crashes on the bike. That'll be a great team.
Put your foot against the door, Julian. I don't want any visit.
He might have some previous himself there, but he's not being given. That team is not functioning. It's a dysfunctional team at the moment, so I'm not judging Sam on anything that's going on in there.
Take nothing away from the pole sitter, though. Dani Pedrosa has been superb. He's certainly stuck his neck out today to get that pole position. So the number 26, Dani Pedrosa, will start from pole position. From Jorge Lorenzo and Danilo Petrucci, that's your front row.
Hang on, it said then Danilo Petrucci is going to lose a lap for
but
putting.
It was turn 2, so it was after the... It'll be when he just runs across at turn 2.
Yeah.
Not a hot lap.
Okay, right. Bear in mind, it was on the front row, if you remember, in Mugello and got taken off. He's never been on the front row. He's been so close to the front row.
The boys are discussing a yellow band that comes up on our monitors here. We've got a separate monitor that tells us when somebody is losing a lap. And the discussion is about whether Petrucci's fast lap that just got him to 3rd place is going to lose. But pretty much it comes up very, very quickly and the lap is taken away very, very quickly once race direction have made the decision. So I don't think it would be there still if it had been the hot lap that you're talking about, Neil.
So we have the grid now.
We do.
Rossi will start from 13th, Zarco from 14th, Crutchlow from 17th,